tourists flooded the streets of Phuket on December 15 in a festive parade marking the beginning of high season at the resort island. The highlight of the Phuket Carnival was at the island's most popular beach, Patong Beach. Hundreds of people joined the vibrant Patong Carnival, parading from the beach to Lime Patch Football Stadium. Jam-packed performances, traditional plays and unique folk entertainment of 4 regions, the processions amused a large crowd along the 5-kilometre-long Patong Beach. Phuket Carnival has been held for 28 years in a row to officially launch the peak tourist season of the year. This year, Phuket Deputy Governor Somkiat Sangkorsutirak chaired the ceremony of the 6-day Phuket Carnival. The opening ceremony was followed by musical entertainments that will run through 6 nights on Patong Beach. Festive celebration is also a way to promote tourism industry of the island, dubbed the Pearl of the Andaman. More than 1,000 runners joined the unique running Ayutthaya Marathon in Ayutthaya Province to promote the province as a World Heritage Site and Thai-Japanese relations. The unique running Ayutthaya Marathon was organized for its 4th rounds recently. Nati Bosuwan, Deputy Governor of Ayutthaya, launched runners in front of the Ayutthaya Information Centre at the old Ayutthaya Provincial Hall. More than 1,000 people joined the running event. They include children and adults and some runners dressed like ancient warriors. Mr. Nati said that the unique running Ayutthaya Marathon was an annual event to help promote Ayutthaya as a World Heritage Site. It is also aimed at commemorating relations between Thailand and Japan and celebrating the centennial of the Thai-Japanese Association. Most participants are family members. Participants ran on roads around the Ayutthaya Historical Park. Apart from appreciating the beauty of historical buildings in the early morning, participants also prayed and donated at 9 local temples and watched a light and sound show in the evening. Authorities in Mahasarakam province organized the Thai Buffalo Fair to promote the conservation and production of Thai water buffaloes for export in the light of the formation of the Asean community. Authorities of Mahasarakam include local livestock development officials, operators and members of the network of provinces in the middle northeast, and a network of water buffalo raisers organized the first local Thai water buffalo fair at the Mahasarakam quarantine facility in Chiang Yuen district recently. Deputy Mahasarakam Governor Adu Jantanapum opened the fair, and highlights include the introduction of a comprehensive beef cattle production system of Mahasarakam. Pairat Pratumsuwan, the livestock development chief of Mahasarakam, said that in 2010, water buffaloes in Mahasarakam numbered 38,083 and the amount dropped to only 26,235 this year as farmers lost inspiration to continue to raise water buffaloes and sold them. Consequently, a large number of buffaloes were sent to slaughterhouses and exported. The fair is aimed at encouraging farmers to raise water buffaloes and produce quality buffaloes that meet local and overseas demands before the formation of the ASEAN community in 2015. In the 2014 fiscal year, Mahasarakam is among 25 provinces in Thailand where there are beef cattle development zones. It is being promoted to be a comprehensive beef cattle production center. Some 30,000 families are raising about 120,000 beef cows in the province. The beef cattle population of Mahasarakam is the 10th biggest in Thailand. The Provincial Livestock Development Office of Mahasarakam has developed the comprehensive beef cattle production system to encourage farmers in 108 sub-districts to raise 20,000 quality beef cows and produce 8,000 to 10,000 quality beef cow calves worth altogether 120 to 150 million baht per year. Employment opportunities for the disabled are few and far between in Cambodia. But now one organization has built a successful jam-making business employing only people with severe mental or physical disabilities. early mornings, Pu Mien takes to the waters around his flooded village, delivering vegetables for his mother's small farming business. He wasn't always so productive. Until recently, Pu Mien spent most of his time hanging around the streets and getting into trouble before he managed to turn his life around. Pu Mien lives with his mother and 6 brothers and sisters. His early life was traumatic. His mother was very ill after his birth and wasn't able to breastfeed him properly, resulting in him losing weight, and he nearly died from malnutrition, causing permanent brain damage, explains his mother, Chan Ri. Despite his disability, Pu Mien is now the main breadwinner for the family. After making his early morning vegetable deliveries, it's off to the fruit market. Pu Mien selects and buys fruits every day and delivers it to the jam-making factory where he works. L'Irresistible Jam and Syrup Factory was set up 2 years ago by French NGO Action Cambodge Handicap to provide employment to the severely mentally disabled. Discrimination against the disabled is deep-rooted in Cambodia, and education and employment opportunities are almost non-existent, leading to widespread marginalization and poverty. For Pu Mien, a job at L'Irresistible offers him not only money but friends and social status. The fruits are washed and peeled by Pu Mien and members of the team of 13 disabled employees. Almost everyone is mentally disabled, ranging from severe learning difficulties to chronic brain damage. After the fruits are chopped up into a paste, sugar is added, the mixture is cooked to make jam and poured into jars. Namin, who lost his legs following an accident, sticks on the labels. He is the only worker who has physical, not mental disabilities. The key to the success of the factory is dividing up the tasks based on people's specific disability, says the director of L'Irresistible, Pierre Chetuti. The jams and syrups made by L'Irresistible are on sale in shops and supermarkets all over Phnom Penh. Sales have been very strong and the company has built up a loyal customer base which should allow the company to break even by the end of this year. Chiran says her son's job at L'Irresistible is so important because it keeps him out of trouble while at the same time providing the family with a much-needed source of income. L'Irresistible's business-orientated strategy towards helping the disabled in Cambodia has been a success, not least because it helps to support some of the country's poorest and most marginalized communities. An animal rescue group in the Indonesian capital is using smart technology to help find pets' homes. The group uses social media to mobilize volunteers and find homes for stray animals while educating residents about pet care. 34-year-old Wulan Puwono has an important trip to the animal clinic today. She's taking recently rescued stray dog Domino for his first medical examination. The 5-year-old male Shih Tzu was found wandering around a housing complex in the western part of the Indonesian capital, Jakarta. He was dirty, hungry and stressed. After an initial check, the veterinarian discovered that Domino has had some teeth missing and a mild skin disease due to his previously poor diet and hygiene. Otherwise, all of Domino's vital organs seem to be in a fairly good condition. Wulan has asked the vet to sterilize Domino. This operation is an important procedure undertaken to control Jakarta's population of stray animals. It also makes them calmer and less aggressive toward others. Wulan is one of a growing number of volunteers working for Let's Adopt Indonesia, a local unit of a non-profit organization founded in the US dedicated to rescue stray animals and find them a permanent home. Let's Adopt Indonesia was launched in January 2011 by 3 animal lovers in Jakarta. The group depends heavily on several dozen volunteers and the social media to carry out their mission. Its Facebook page has the latest information on animals that are up for adoption and is an important tool to raise funding for its operation. The page currently has more than 16,000 likes. The animal rescue group has 10,000 temporary shelters around the city to keep stray animals waiting for a new owner. A 3-legged female cat named Sleepy is living in one of the shelters. In June last year, 31-year-old cat lover Sandy Darmo-Winoto got a text message from a colleague telling her that a cat had been seen walking with a limp near her office. After work, Darmo Winoto scoured the streets around the building and found the cat in a bad shape. Slippy turned out to have a serious infection from the wounds on one of her front legs. The doctor had to amputate Slippy's leg to save her life. Since the operation, Sandy, who has already adopted 2 cats in the past, has taken care of Slippy in her small house. But today, Wulan has come with the news that would change Slippy's life. The group has found the 3-legged cat a new home. Let's Adopt Indonesia has strict requirements when looking for adopted homes for animals in their care. Candidates for animal adoption must be non-smokers, have other pets at home and keep them indoors. They are also expected to feed the animals with raw meat because it is more natural and healthier for carnivores such as dogs and cats. The group carries out email interviews and house visits for potential candidates before approving an adoption. 34-year-old government employee Hayat Fajaria Isminarti found out about the 3-legged cat through the group's Facebook page and immediately fell in love with Slippy. Hayat already has 4 cats at home, but she signs up for Slippy's adoption nevertheless. After a month of waiting to adopt Slippy, Hayat is given the news that she can have the 3-legged cat. Slippy will have to live in a cage during her first week at the new home. This transition period is expected to give the cat a sufficient time to adapt to the new environment and her new owner. The animal rescue group has successfully found a new home for 30 stray animals to date. It has even sent animals for adoption in the US and the Netherlands. Let's Adopt Indonesia has given a new hope for stray animals in the capital Jakarta through the use of social media and volunteering. It is also actively working to educate the general public about how to take care of pets and open people's minds to the concept of animal adoption. Brunei Darussalam and Malaysia mark another historic milestone with the officiating of the Friendship Bridge between Brunei Darussalam and Malaysia, which is set to further strengthen relations between both countries. The bridge was officiated by His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzaddin Waduallah the Sultan and the Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam and the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak. At the ceremony, His Majesty signed a plaque and cut the ribbon together with the Prime Minister of Malaysia to mark the opening of the bridge to traffic. The Friendship Bridge between Brunei Darussalam and Malaysia is hoped to facilitate the communications system and vehicles mobility, as well as to further develop the economy of both countries. His Majesty, together with the Prime Minister of Malaysia, also viewed a drive pass of vehicles through the Friendship Bridge between Brunei Darussalam and Malaysia. The bridge can also become a catalyst for the socio-economic development of residents and also can upgrade the trans-border trade. The bridge's estimated total construction cost of around 9 million Brunei dollars or 21 million Malaysian ringgit was evenly funded by both parties. The construction of the Friendship Bridge and directional roads was completed at the end of November 2013.